Hi Sugar Geek, Christophe here and
Liz.
And today we're going to show you how to make a classic eclair from scratch.
Let's do it.
So right now we are going to do our vanilla pastry cream to put our milk inside the pot.
On medium heat.
Half of the sugar inside the milk. We're going to add our vanilla bean.
And then our vanilla bean seeds.
Rest of the half of the sugar with the egg yolk.
You mix right away to avoid cooking the egg yolks. So crazy.
Then we add our cornstarch with our mixture of egg yolk and sugar. Right now I'm mixing really well my mixture of egg yolk and sugar and cornstarch.
Okay.
Our milk and vanilla is boiling.
It is.
It's time to temper the egg yolk mixture. We add about 1/3. It's just to pretty much bring the egg yolk to the right temperature. So let's add all our mixture. And then we strain our mixture back. See all those beautiful vanilla sparkle.
I like that you call them sparkles. Okay. And then we're going to save
the vanilla bean.
Wash it.
Let's wash it, dry it, and then we can use in a different ways.
Perfect.
All right. And now we want to bring it to a boil and cook it for about 1 minute.
I've heard that you can leave out the eggs and just use the cornstarch, but it will not be as rich. So we're using pastry cream because this is a traditional eclair, but can I use something else? Or then is it a donut?
You could actually flavor your pastry cream. You could do a chocolate pastry cream, you could do a caramel pastry cream, you could do a lemon pastry cream, you could do an orange pastry cream. All right, so see, I'm going
on and off the heat. Avoid the lumps. And now we're whisking with all our might.
And now once it's thickened, we want to cook it for about 1 minute. And you see all the sparkle of vanilla?
I love the sparkles.
Voila.
Do we put butter in this pastry cream?
Not on this one, but we could if we want to have a pastry cream richer.
So we're covering this with plastic wrap and then we're gonna put it in the fridge?
That's correct. All right, Liz, we are going to do our pâte à choux. You can use the pâte à choux to make cream puff, an eclair, a croquembouche, churros, so many things. Have our water inside the pot, add our milk, add our salt, then add our sugar and our butter. Once our water and milk are boiling, we want to have the butter melted on the same time. If it's not melted on the same time, as soon as it's boiling, I will recommend to put it outside of the stove to leave the time to the butter to melt. Okay, so now we are boiling. We are adding the flour. So now we are mixing our flour and the liquids all together in order to obtain a dough. And we don't want to see any flour. Once everything is combined, we're going to go back on the stove on a medium heat to dry the dough. So this is to evaporate some of the water contents and the humidity on the dough, and that will make the dough rise much better in the oven. So right now we want to dry our dough until the bottom of our pan is getting light brown coloration.
So if you used a non-stick pot, this would not be a good indicator.
Our dough is dry. You see a nice brown coloration on the bottom of the pan. Beautiful. We are transferring our dough from the pot to the KitchenAid. So now let's cool down the dough a little bit. Meanwhile, we are going to turn on our oven at 360 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
All right, so we are ready to add our eggs. This is kind of like the consistency of our dough.
Okay, not too stiff, not too watery. What does eclair even mean?
Do you know when it's raining outside, you have...
Fog. No. I have depression from lack of sun.
No, it's something natural that's happening in the sky.
Thunder?
Close.
Lightning?
Lighting, exactly. An eclair, lighting translation in France.
Really?
Yes.
The flash of lightning. But it's not really shaped like lightning.
I don't know the whole history.
The answer is because they're gone in a flash like lightning.
Oh, because they are gone like in a flashlight. Today we are going to do an experiment.
Okay.
We are going to pipe our eclair with a round tip, and we're going to pipe with a star tip. And we're going to see the difference. So I'm piping and I'm trying to stay as consistent as possible, right? And I'm using the ball scraper to just be consistent with the length of my cream puff.
You stop squeezing and I noticed you're pushing back towards the dough.
Correct. So I'm pressing the dough, then I'm stop pressing, and then I cut the dough.
And we're about 2 inches apart.
About. So if you're doing improper piping, you can always remove
Oh, wow.
your puff dough and reuse it.
This is called a sill pan.
Sill pan.
And we got this from Mat Fur. And what this allows is the heat to come up through the mat so you get even browning on all sides.
And you know what? With the leftover, let's just make a little cream puff. Huh?
Okay, now I'm gonna pipe one. Let's see if I can do it.
Perfect.
Okay, now I don't understand how to like.
That's stop. So stop pressing. Stop pressing. You go like this.
Oh, down. Okay. I see. Okay. Go away, slug.
And to don't have any waste, you're going to take a bowl scraper, and then you will push the cream or the dough all the way down to the bottom, and your piping bag is super clean. We bake them for 30 minutes at 360 Fahrenheit.
We have our finished eclairs, and I think it's very clear which one is the winner.
No, I think the fact to use the star tip really helped on the consistency. That still can be a beautiful eclair if you glaze it, but I will prefer to have this one. So that's what we're going to use today.
And I think that these turned out really cute too. They look
Yes.
like little tiny like cacti.
So you can tell it's a really nice brown coloration, not too dark. And on the bottom also it's pretty brown too.
I think most people tend to underdo pâte à choux and they think that this would be burned, but this is perfect.
We're going to put this on the side and you can have this for a hot dog, for instance. Now we are going to prepare our piping bag with this special tip. We're going to actually poke this and fill the eclair from both sides.
Oh, okay.
And you see the hole, it's pretty discreet.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not gonna see it because we're gonna glaze it afterwards.
Ah, smart.
So when you fill the eclair, you really want to fill it. Really often you will buy eclair or cream puff and you will see that your eclair is not completely full. So don't hesitate to really fill it.
If I don't have one of these longy pokey thingies, can I just like use a regular piping tip somehow?
That's a good question. You can use a regular piping tip and you can actually poke some holes on your eclair. 1, 2, and 3. And just fill your eclair with a piping bag. So I'm going to start to do my glaze. We're going to add our cream and our glucose inside the pot, bring it to a boil, and then pour over our chocolate. We want to mix the chocolate.
Why do you add the cream a little bit at a time?
I just want to create an emulsion and make sure that it's pretty much a ganache, this.
Yeah.
In case that you see that your glaze is separated, you can always transfer it into a pitcher and then hand blend it.
With an emulsion blender.
Let's take the temperature of this. So we are about 38 to 40 degrees Celsius, which I think is going to be perfect to glaze. You grab the eclair, okay, and then...
Halfway-ish. That looks nice. I like how you hold it vertically so that the drip goes right down the center. Wipe away the drip and don't lick your finger.
It's not a product that you want to keep too long in the cooler. After one day, it's going to start to get soggy. The dough is going to absorb the humidity from the filling that is inside. So I will recommend to do this the day of the consumption.
Yep.
It's not going to be bad the following day, but it's not going to be as good as the first day.
If I was prepping this for an event or something though, you would keep them in the fridge because of the cream, correct?
That is correct. So you can do the day off on the morning if your event is for lunch or for dinner.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Oh my God. That is delicious.
Thank you for watching and see you next time.
Bye.